There are 10 statements that can completely change your life. These aren't suggestions, they are absolute requirements if you're serious about building a life that matters. And if you make these statements part of your morning routine, I guarantee that in 30 days, you'll feel like a different person. In 90 days, you'll be a different person. So stay on to the end, because the 10th statement is the one that changes the most lives. The first thing you need to tell yourself every morning is this: today, I am in complete control of my response to everything that happens to me. Let me be clear about something. I'm not saying you have control over everything that happens to you. Life has a way of throwing curveballs, and some of them will come fast and hard. You can't control the weather, the economy, you can't control what other people say or do. But here's what you have complete control over, and that's where your power lies. You can control your response to everything. Look, between every stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies your freedom, your power of choice. Most people react automatically. Something happens and suddenly they respond based on emotion, based on conditioning, based on habit. But successful people have learned to pause in that space and ask themselves, how should I respond to this? Which response will be most useful to me? Which response will bring me closer to my goals instead of further away from them? When you wake up and declare to yourself that you have complete control over your response, you are taking responsibility for your life. You are saying that regardless of what the day brings, you will choose your attitude, you will choose your actions, you will choose your words. You are refusing to be a victim of circumstances and instead choosing to be the architect of your experience. This naturally leads us to the second statement. I am responsible for my own life and happiness. Responsibility is not a burden, it's a privilege. It's the price of admission to the club of people who truly chart their own destiny. When you truly accept responsibility for your life, something magical happens. You stop blaming others, you stop making excuses, you stop waiting for someone to come and solve your problems or make you happy. Most people spend their lives in a state of guilt. They blame their parents for how they were raised. They blame their spouse for marital problems. They blame their boss for career difficulties. They blame the weather for their bad mood. And while they are busy pointing the finger at everyone else, their lives are slipping away day by day, moment by moment. But when you wake up and say to yourself, I am responsible for my own life and happiness, you are creating a powerful statement. You are saying that if something isn't working in your life, you will change it. If you're not happy, you're going to do something about it. If you're not where you want to be, you're going to chart a course to get there. You are taking control of your life instead of being a passenger waiting for someone else to take you where you want to go. The third statement is crucial. My past doesn't define my future. Many people are prisoners of their history. They look at their past failures, their past mistakes, their past limitations, and use that as evidence of why they cannot succeed in the future. They say things like, I was never good with money, or I'm not a morning person, or success simply isn't in my DNA. But here's what I want you to understand. Your past doesn't define your future, unless you live there. Your biography doesn't define your destiny, unless you allow it. Every day you have the opportunity to start over, write a new chapter, become a new version of yourself. The person you were yesterday with all your limitations and failures doesn't have to be the person you are today. When you tell yourself that your past doesn't define your future, you're giving yourself permission to grow, to change, to become more than you've ever been. You're refusing to be limited by old patterns, old beliefs, old results. You're opening yourself up to new possibilities, new opportunities, new versions of who you can become. The fourth statement is this: I am constantly growing and improving. Growth is not automatic. Just because you get older doesn't mean you're going to get better. Just because time passes doesn't mean you're progressing. Growth requires intentionality. It requires a commitment to becoming more today than you were yesterday. When you wake up with the mindset that you are constantly growing and improving, you approach every experience as a learning opportunity. Mistakes become lessons, challenges become training grounds, setbacks become opportunities for returns. You stop seeing yourself as a finished product and start seeing yourself as a work in progress, constantly evolving, always developing, always expanding your capabilities. This growth mindset changes everything. Instead of avoiding challenges because you might fail, you embrace them because you know they will help you grow. Instead of feeling threatened by the success of others, it inspires you because you know that if they could do it, you can learn to do it too. Instead of settling for where you are always moving forward towards what you could be. The fifth statement builds upon this foundation. I attract opportunities by being prepared and alert. Opportunity doesn't knock randomly. It seeks those who are prepared to recognize it and act upon it. Most people complain that they never have opportunities, but the truth is that opportunities are always coming. They simply don't see them because they're not prepared, they're not looking, they're not positioned to take advantage of them. When you declare that you attract opportunities by being prepared and alert, you are committing to a lifestyle of readiness. You are saying that you will develop the skills, knowledge, and mindset necessary to recognize and seize the opportunities that come your way. You will remain curious, continue learning, and continue growing so that when the opportunity presents itself, you are prepared. Preparation is what transforms opportunities into success. Luck is where preparation meets opportunity. But most people want to skip the preparation stage. They want the opportunity without the investment, the harvest without the planting, the reward without the effort. But that's not how success works. To succeed, you need to prepare before your opportunities arise. My sixth morning statement is this: my education and personal development are my highest priorities. In a rapidly changing world, your ability to learn and adapt is your greatest asset. The skills that got you where you are today won't be enough to take you where you want to go tomorrow. The knowledge you possess now will become obsolete if you don't keep updating and renewing it. When you make education and personal development your top priorities, you are investing in the only asset that can never be taken from you, your mind. You can lose your job, you can lose your money, you can lose your possessions, but no one can take away what you know and who you have become. Your education, your skills, your personal development. These are the things that make you valuable, that make you indispensable, that make you successful. But here's what most people don't understand. Education doesn't end when you leave school. In fact, that's when your real education begins. The most successful people are lifelong learners. They read voraciously, they attend seminars, they seek mentors, they invest in their personal development as if their lives depended on it, because they do. The seventh thing you should tell yourself every morning is this: I choose to focus on solutions, not problems. This is a game changer because most people are focused on problems instead of focused on solutions. They dedicate their energy and attention to what's wrong instead of thinking about what could be right. They talk about their problems, they think about their problems, they worry about their problems, and guess what? The problems only increase. But when you choose to focus on solutions, something extraordinary happens. Your mind becomes a solution-seeking machine. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by challenges, you are energized by possibilities. Instead of being paralyzed by obstacles, you are motivated by opportunities to overcome them. Solution-focused people don't ignore problems, but they don't dwell on them either. They acknowledge the problem just long enough to understand it and then immediately shift their focus to finding ways to solve it. They ask different questions. Instead of asking, why this is happening to me, they ask, how can I reverse the situation? Instead of asking, what's wrong here, they ask, what needs to be done? This focus on solutions is what differentiates leaders from followers, entrepreneurs from employees, winners from complainers. When others see problems, solution-focused people see opportunities. When others see obstacles, they see challenges to overcome. When others see reasons to give up, they see reasons to be creative. The eighth morning affirmation flows naturally from this. I am building something meaningful in my life. It's about purpose, about legacy, about making your life worth something that goes beyond personal pleasure or comfort. By waking up every morning with the conviction that you are building something meaningful, you are connecting your daily actions to a greater purpose. Most people go through life without any real sense of purpose. They do what is necessary, what is expected, they follow the crowd, but they are not building anything meaningful. They are not creating anything lasting. They are not making any significant contribution. And at the end of their lives, they look back with regret, wondering what could have been if they had lived more intentionally. But when you tell yourself that you are building something meaningful, every day becomes important. Every decision matters. Every action is either building toward your purpose or moving away from it. You stop wasting time on trivialities and start investing your energy in activities that are aligned with your values and contribute to your greater goal. Building something meaningful doesn't necessarily mean you have to change the world, although you can. It means your life has direction. Your efforts are focused. You're working towards something that's important to you and potentially to others. It means you're living intentionally rather than accidentally. The 9th statement is powerful. I am grateful for what I have while working towards what I want. Gratitude is the foundation of all abundance. When you are grateful for what you have, you are in a position to receive more. When you are ungrateful, when you focus on what is lacking, you end up repelling precisely the things you are trying to attract. But gratitude alone is not enough. Some people use gratitude as an excuse for complacency. They're grateful for what they have, which is good, but they stop striving for more, which is limiting. The key is to be grateful for where you are while working towards your goals. It's about appreciating the journey while keeping your focus on the destination. When you combine gratitude with ambition, you create a powerful dynamic. You are content, but not complacent. You are happy, but not stagnant. You value what you have while still working to expand and improve your circumstances. This balance keeps you positive and motivated at the same time. Gratitude also shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you do have. Most people wake up thinking about what they don't have, what they need, what's missing from their lives. But grateful people wake up thinking about their blessings, their opportunities, their advantages. This positive focus generates positive energy, which attracts positive results. And now we come to the 10th and final statement, the most important of all. Today is an opportunity for me to become the person I'm meant to be. This is the culmination of all the previous statements because it's about identity, about becoming, about the continuous process of transforming into your best version. Most people think of personal development as something you do, but it's really about something you become. It's not just about acquiring new skills or knowledge, although those are important. It's about evolving into a better version of yourself each day, choice by choice, moment by moment. When you wake up with the understanding that today is an opportunity to become the person you are meant to be, you approach the day with intention. You ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? How do I want to appear? What character qualities do I want to demonstrate? What legacy do I want to build with the options available to me today? This perspective transforms ordinary moments into opportunities for growth. A difficult conversation becomes an opportunity to practice patience and understanding. A challenging project becomes an opportunity to develop persistence and problem-solving skills. A setback becomes a test of your resilience and character. The person you are meant to be is not a distant and unattainable ideal. It is the person you choose to be right now, today, in this moment. Every day you have the opportunity to close the gap between who you are and who you are capable of becoming. Every morning is a new beginning, an opportunity to become more. Now, let me bring all these statements together because they are not isolated thoughts, but interconnected principles that work together to create a powerful morning ritual and mindset. When you wake up and remember that you are in control of your response to everything that happens, you are setting the foundation for personal power. When you accept responsibility for your life and happiness, you are affirming that power. When you refuse to let your past define you, you are freeing yourself to use that power. When you commit to constant growth and improvement, you are enhancing that power. When you stay prepared and alert for opportunities, you are positioning yourself to use this power effectively. When you make education and personal development your priorities, you are expanding this power. When you focus on solutions instead of problems, you are directing this power. When you build something meaningful with your life, you are using this power purposefully. When you combine gratitude with ambition, you are sustaining this power with positive energy. And when you see each day as an opportunity to become who you were born to be, you are fulfilling the ultimate purpose of this power, the transformation of yourself, and through yourself, the transformation of your world. These 10 statements are not magic formulas. They won't transform your life overnight, but if you incorporate them into your morning routine, if you say them with conviction and intention, if you feel them with your heart, if you allow them to guide your thoughts and actions throughout the day, they will begin to reshape your reality from the inside out. Look, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions you ask yourself and the statements you make to yourself. Most people ask terrible questions and make defeatist statements. They ask, "Why does this always happen to me?" And they tell themselves, "I'm simply not good at this." But successful people ask empowering questions and make strengthening statements. They ask, "How can I reverse this situation?" And they tell themselves, "I can learn to do anything I set my mind to." The morning is the most important time of day because it sets the tone for everything that follows. If you start your day with defeat, discouragement, and negativity, you're setting yourself up for a day of struggle. But if you start your day with these powerful affirmations, you're setting yourself up for success. But here's what you need to understand. Saying these things once won't solve anything. You need to turn it into a ritual, a habit, a non-negotiable part of your morning routine. Just as you brush your teeth every morning to maintain your oral health, you need to feed your mind with these positive affirmations every morning to maintain your mental and emotional health. Repetition is the mother of skill, and it is also the mother of belief. When you repeat these statements day after day, they begin to sink into your subconscious mind. They become part of your internal programming. They shape your thoughts and automatic responses. What begins as a conscious effort transforms into an unconscious habit, and what begins as a conscious choice becomes automatic behavior. So I challenge you, starting tomorrow, begin your day with these 10 morning affirmations. Don't just read them, say them aloud and with conviction. Don't just think them, feel them in your heart. Don't just say them once, make them a permanent part of your morning ritual. Tell yourself that you are completely in control of your response to everything that happens to you. Declare that you are responsible for your own life and happiness. Affirm that your past does not define your future. Proclaim that you are constantly growing and improving. Affirm that you attract opportunities by being prepared and alert. Announce that your education and personal development are your highest priorities. Declare that you choose to focus on solutions, not problems. Affirm that you are building something meaningful in your life. Proclaim that you are grateful for what you have while working to achieve what you desire. And affirm that today is an opportunity to become the person you are destined to be. These are not just words, they are declarations of intent. They are statements of purpose. They are commitments to excellence. They are your daily opportunity to choose success over mediocrity, growth over stagnation, possibility over limitation. The morning you begin this practice is the morning you begin to take back control of your life. It's the morning you stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the architect of your destiny. It's the morning you stop hoping things will get better and start making them better. Your future self is waiting for you to make that decision. The life you're meant to live is waiting for you to claim it. The person you're capable of becoming is waiting for you to start transforming into them. And it all begins with what you say to yourself when you wake up tomorrow morning. Make it worthwhile. Make it impactful. Make it the beginning of the best chapter of your life.